Okay, so do we want slavery? I think we probably do. And changing civics early will mean the anarchy doesn't have too much of an effect. Because basically when you're in anarchy, to change civics, which is like your government that you have set up, you have to go into a period of anarchy where you're basically not producing anything. But while we're still a fairly small civilization, it doesn't hurt us too much. And slavery will be good because we probably will want to whip out some units at some stage. So, yes, we will. Now, so what do we want to research next? Now, we do have some copper, I can see already. So that reduces the urgency for ironworking, although it still would be nice to. We do want horseback riding, definitely. I mean, pottery would be good for the cottages. We don't have too much fish around, so I don't think fishing is, I don't think we have any. I haven't seen any fish or clam, which is a bit of a problem in itself. But I mean, mysticism could be good just to get the monument, which would pop the borders of, and create this barrier. Although I don't think that should be our number one priority. What should we be aiming for? Do we need... Yeah, we do need archery to create our unique unit, which is the Keshik, which is replaces the horse archer. So perhaps archery would be the way to go. Let's go for archery. Total war we're going to go for. Okay, so we're back in the game. So at the moment we're running despotism, which is the default, barbarism, slavery, decentralization, and paganism, because we have no religion. Okay, so how does this copper affect our planning? It would have been good to have known about that, but I mean, that would have perhaps, well, yeah, okay. I mean, a city, maybe a city here isn't a daft idea, on this hill, because then it would get the copper and the pig. In fact, that's a very good idea. In fact, it wouldn't be a bad idea to do that next, although I would like the horses as well, but because the Germans are going to grab that fairly soon. And that copper, see, with that copper we can build some really good melee units, like axemen and spearmen, which are so much better than the warriors. Question is, can we get that before the Germans do? And if we do, is it going to really piss off the Germans? It definitely will. I mean, we're not going to be able to get all these earmarked places straight away. I mean, it'd be nice to have a city here as well, and to get the fur and the sheep. I mean, yeah, I'll put a flag up. But as I say, we've got far. If I was to now send if I had settlers to send out to all these locations right now, we couldn't afford it. We're going to need courthouses, but I think the places to the north will get last, because no one can really get them without sailing there, and I can't see that happening anytime soon. So we want to expand maybe towards the Germans, but we do want the horses. It's a bit like chess. If any of you guys watch some of the chess videos that I put up, in chess you want to gain space. You advance your pawns in the middle to, take over the centre of the board. I think it's a bit like that, because if we don't occupy these areas, the Germans are going to move in, which we don't want, because we do want to go to war with the Germans, and we don't want them having copper. A bit annoying that we can't see any iron or copper there. I mean, it could be an argument just for building a load of archers and send them straight to Berlin, although I'm pretty sure they've probably built a second city by now. It'd be good if that scout would get ready and I can have a look around, see what the Germans are at early. Okay, so you can build a worker. So you scout, go and see if the Germans have expanded, and you can build a farm on the corn, which will really help Bishbalak expand population-wise. Don't lose, Scout. Don't lose. Oh no, don't lose. Oh no. Oh damn, our Scouts are having a hard time. On a hill as well against a lion. That's really unlucky. Okay, at least you're ready. Let's build a warrior too. We haven't actually got a garrison in Kharkiv anymore. Now, should I send it here, which was my original intention, to grab the horses really quickly? Or should I try and grab this spot before the Germans get it? There's an argument for both. I think I'm going to send it here. Because the Germans will settle here, I think, if I just don't do anything. Oh, there were just some lions the other side of this, wasn't there? Oh gosh, I'm just hoping. So there could be lion. That lion is very likely to be here. Yeah, I should. Oh gosh. Let's have a quick look. Okay, stay there. I daren't. If I walk onto the hill and there's a lion here, these settlers are dead. You see, so we need to proceed with caution. I'm gonna go here next turn, and then if there's a lion, we'll see it and we can run away. If there's no lion, then we can safely go up on the hill. Hopefully.
Do not throw the arrow, which will return against you.
Okay, so I'm thinking ironworking. It'd be good to know if there's any iron around, because that's fairly crucial for swordsmen and other military units. So I'm going to go ironworking. So we're going to go here to see if there's lions around. There's not, so we can safely go up on the hill and settle a city there. That's great. So that's going to be our third city. So we have grabbed, you know, we have set up a bit of a barrier against the Germans, which is that's probably going to annoy the Germans a little bit, make them slightly more likely to go to war with us. Just get rid of that sign. Right, I'm going to build some archers, because archers are much better at defending cities. I'm going to send you here, because that's the nearest one to the enemy. Even though we're not strictly at war yet, we will be fairly soon. Let's check the happiness situation. Yeah, now at Kharkiv, it's whether I should turn off the growth for Kharkiv, because it's about to go unhappy in a few turns. Unhappiness isn't good, because basically you're feeding people that aren't doing anything. They're angry. Although the archer will be ready in 8 turns, and that will mean I can go to, because one of the reasons it's unhappy is because it hasn't got a city garrison. So that would mean it's unhappy for 4 turns. So that's not the end of the world. If it's permanent unhappiness, that's a big deal, but because you can turn off growth, and it would stay at size 4. But we do want it to grow, I think, as long as it's not unhappy. So it's only going to be unhappy for 4 turns. So that's not the end of the world. Now, as you notice, we are losing money now, because as we're building these extra cities, it's costing more money to maintain. We can look at the city maintenance 3. So, you know, that's why, you know, we couldn't afford to have all of these city locations right away. When we get Code of Laws, which is a bit further down the line, let's look for Code of Laws here. So it's quite a way down the line. It would take a lot of 96 turns plus some of these other technologies that we need to get to it. So it's a long way off yet. When we get to it, we'll be able to build courthouses, which will really cut the city maintenance, and then it will really be easier to expand. But until then, you know, we have to expand with caution, because what you don't want to get into the situation is, because at the moment we're putting all of our surplus money into science, because we need, you know, for the technology. We could lower it now and still make a bit of money. But what you don't want to end up is in a situation where you have it all the way up to 0, so your research isn't going anywhere, and also you're still losing money, and that can happen, and that is awful. So, I mean, we're a long way from that now, but if you expand too far too fast, that can happen. And all units get expanded. Actually, your game is kind of over when that happens. Now, Karakorum, as we expected, has gone unhappy. Our archer will be ready in 4 turns, and then it should be happy again. Okay, so let's build a road to that corn, and got it hooked up. Pottery might be nice to get, then we could build some cottages, but then it's not. I wish I could get everything straight away. Okay, let's build some more archers. Gonna garrison the city. Now we're not on a hill, so I think just city defence for now. Let's have 2 archers in the capital, make it fairly secure. Because this will be a monster production city one day. And that being so, with it being a production city, I'm probably going to be prioritising farms. Because when I'm going to be working these mines, which will produce a lot of hammers. But in doing that, they're not actually producing any food. So we're going to need extra farms to feed the miners. And then maybe places like Bishbalak and the other coastal cities can become more gold focused, which would be, because you don't want everywhere to be a production city, because then you know you'd be able to build loads of units, but you wouldn't be able to pay for them, and also your technology would really slow down. You know, we'd be fighting with archers against tanks and things, which is never a good situation to be in. Okay, so what do we want to do with you? I think we've got a population of 2 there, so obviously we're working the corn and we're working this square, which doesn't really do anything, but we can't do too much about that because we haven't got pottery. If we had pottery, we could build a cottage which would develop into a town and give us money, basically. So we could build a mine here, and then that would give a bit more production to that city, so I think we could do that. We do want to build a road to here soon as well. Okay. Should we build more archers, or should we build workers? I'm thinking a worker. Well, maybe a settler. Yeah, settler's a good idea, actually. And while we're building a settler, send the settler to those horses. While we're doing that, the city won't be growing, because all the food goes towards building the settler, basically. Okay, well, I think we've recorded a fairly decent video here. Hopefully it's worked. So, I'm going to save, and we're going to pick this up in a, well, not too long a time. But I'd just like to see if this works. So, thanks very much for watching. Hope you enjoyed it, and any comments would be greatly appreciated. You know, even if they tell me I'm doing rubbish and tell me how to improve, because I'm not the best player at this game, and I would like to get better, because it is a really fun game. Okay, thanks for watching, guys, and see you soon.